All right, everybody, it's springtime. It's swarm season. We all know about catching swarms with swarm traps, but what about pill bottles? You ever heard of this? Well, check it out right here, because today we're going to show you how to make these. Okay, everybody, so here's the supplies that I use for my pill bottle swarm traps. Now, again, be creative. Come up with some cool ideas. Do whatever you want to do that makes yours better. Let us know in the comments what you use that's different so we can all learn from the experience. Now, I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I do use some really high-end cotton balls. These are the Equate brand that you get only from an exclusive place here in the US called Walmart. But in any case, whatever cotton balls you want to use, it doesn't matter. We got cotton balls. I'm using some fishing line here. I'm taking an approach that I haven't seen before. What we're going to do is we're going to hook up these swivel snaps right here. And that swivel snap is going to connect into a piece of this leader material that I have right here. And I drilled a hole into the bottle so that the bottle will hang like that. And I basically got the smallest drill bit I could find for my drill. And we just drilled a single hole, and then on the inside, I tied a knot. You can see the knot right in there. That keeps it from coming out. Now, here's what I really love about this little change in the design that I did here, is I've got this loop on the end. And what we're going to do with that loop is wrap it around a tree. And I'll show you this, when we get over to the tree. We're going to wrap it around the tree and pull it through itself. So it'll be kind of like this. So you basically have it just like that, pulled through itself. And then as you pull this down, it will tighten against the branch. And then the swivel snap will be dangling from that. You then hook up the loop from the pill bottle, hook that into the swivel snap, and then it can just hang there. When it's time to retrieve your swarm, you can just unhook the swivel and walk the pill bottle right over to the new home form, and we'll show you that as well. I've got this stuff here called Swarm Commander. Now, Swarm Commander is just one of many options that you have if you're looking for a lure or a bait. A lot of people will use lemongrass oil or other products. Pick something that works for you. This works for me. It's overpriced. It's too expensive, but it works. So what do? Okay, now on top of all the pill bottles, I'm putting some number 8 hardware cloth. All I did was I took the pill bottle, put it flat down onto the number 8 hardware cloth, took a marker, went around the edge, cut it out. And now what we can do is we can take this and just put it right in the top and just push it down a little bit. So now when it's dangling, notice how it's dangling towards, there you go, with a slant towards the front. That way when it rains or we have bad weather, we don't get water up inside and have our cotton balls get soaking wet with rain. They'll just stay wet and moist with the old Swarm Commander. And here's a second bottle I have. This is just a big emergency bottle for the chewable vitamin C gummies. But it's the same thing here. I drilled the hole slightly towards the back so that it would have a lean to the front. Now what we're going to do with this one is we're going to hook up some paracord, some 550 paracord to this. And I'm going to throw that paracord using a weight up over a branch. And we're going to see if we can get this about 20 feet up in the air. But here's the swivel snap for this one. And it's the same concept, right? We'll hook that on using the swivel snap. And there it is. So if you have some extra fishing gear laying around, you can use what you got. Otherwise, all of these things, everything you see here will be linked in the description. And I did finally get my first $12 Amazon affiliate payoff. So thank you guys for that one. Okay, now from here, like I said, you can use the number 8 hardware cloth on top, or you can use the lids. If you use the lids, you want to use a hole that is going to be smaller than the size of the bee so they can't get in. You could also use screen. If you have extra screen laying around, you could put that in instead. Whatever works best for you. The Swarm Commander instructions are going to tell you to use 2 to 3 sprays of it directly on the inner cover or telescoping lid. Also spray twice on your landing board. Repeat weekly or as needed. Well, obviously we're not using a swarm trap, so I'm going to put 3 sprays into each one. And then we're going to get these up in the trees. So we got 1, 2, 3, and 4 because it was a little bit weird getting it started here. And then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4 because some of it got on the ground. Okay, so we're going to call that done. I'm going to go ahead and push this wire in here like this. We'll do the same thing over here. And now what I want to do is, while I'm getting this pushed in, whoop, all the way, went a little bit too far. If that happens, just pull it back out and replace it. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to go through the yard. I'm going to scout a couple places where I think it'd be good to put these, and then we'll talk about how we're going to get them there. Okay, they are both ready to go. We got the number 8 hardware cloth back into the entrance there so that none of them can get in. We got that on both of them. And now we're going to go over here and get these up into a tree. Let's go do some tree scouting. Now, it's hard to tell from this angle, but this cedar tree right here has a couple of slits in it, and I've had swarms up there a couple of times. So since I can't quite get to that, what I'm going to try to do is go to this crepe myrtle over here. And this crepe myrtle has a branch that's just above my head, like right over here, and it's about 12 feet off the ground. So I'm going to try and see if I can get right in that little notch there. I'm going to see if I can get this pill bottle thrown over and hang it at about 12 feet. So let me go ahead and get to that and see if we can make it work. Okay, and there it is. There is the stick and the cord going up. So we're just going to hook up that pill bottle and pull it right on up like that. So let me go ahead and get rid of the stick and replace that with the pill bottle. Okay, so all I did is I put a little bowline knot right around that fishing line right here, down to the swivel snap, and now we're going to hook the pill bottle to that. And that is it, folks. It is hanging from that piece of 550 cord over that branch, coming all the way down here to the base of the tree, where we've got it tied off just in a nice little temporary knot. Now we can just wait and see what happens. So I really like this idea, because now when it's time to catch the swarm, I can just lower it down to, close to the ground, unhook the swivel, and do what I'm going to show you next. Okay, now I want to share with you my master plan. So my plan is to take that pill bottle off via that swivel snap that you see right there. And now that you have it disconnected, I would just set it right down there with this big, massive swarm of bees. You could literally just set it in and then take probably one frame to the side and then close it up, come back the next day, take out the pill bottle, whatever. Or if you want, once you get them to this level, try and see if you can find the queen, get her set aside somewhere, give it a nice good shake, and then take it out. Either way, I think it'll be fine. I haven't had a chance to play with these yet, but I will let you know. And now for this second one, there's just this little branch coming off of this holly tree here. And I was able to reach up and grab a hold of it. And there it is, just dangling. When it's time, I can just reach right up, disconnect it from here. I didn't even connect the swivel. I just left the swivel right where it was. So you can see about how high this is right here. See this? So I'm 6'4", and this thing is still another foot over my head. So that's about 7.5 feet or so. Okay, so I'm pretty excited and optimistic about these pill bottles this year. I think it's kind of a cool, neat way of doing things. I've never heard of it, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So folks, that's all I've got for you today. Take care, be kind to one another. Remember that I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. We'll talk to you soon.